Now we go to the direct and indirect speech. Lata said, "I am hungry." In this sentence, you're quoting exactly what Lata said. What Lata said is within quotation marks or inverted commas. This is direct speech. Lata said that she was hungry. Here, we are reporting what Lata said. This is indirect speech or reported speech. In the indirect speech, you don't have the quotation marks or inverted commas. You make the necessary changes also. What are the changes that we have made in this reported speech? While reporting what Lata said, we have included the conjunction that. I is changed to she. The tense of the verb in the reported statement is changed from the present to the past. What are all the general guidelines while changing a direct speech into indirect speech? If the reporting verb is in the past tense, then simple present will become simple past. Present continuous will become past continuous. Present perfect will become past perfect. Present perfect continuous will become past perfect continuous. Past continuous will become past perfect continuous. Past perfect will remain as it is. Past perfect continuous will remain as it is. Simple past tense will become past perfect. In the case of modals also, we have to make it into the past. If the reported verb is in the present tense, no change has to be made. Similarly, words referring to time, place, and demonstrative pronouns undergo a change. We will see that. Now becomes them. Today becomes that day. Yesterday becomes the last day or the previous day. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Ago becomes before. Here becomes there. This becomes that. These becomes those. If the reported speech has a simple statement, then you have to use the conjunction that. He said John is a fool. The reporting verb said is in the past tense, so the past tense has to be used. Since it is a statement, the conjunction is that. We can begin the reported speech with he said or he told. The reported speech of he said John is a fool is he said that John was a fool. Another example for you. I'm going home, he said to me. Since the reporting verb said is in the past tense, am going is changed to was going. I would become he. The indirect speech will be he told me that he was going home. She said to John, I will be late. She told John that she would be late. Sham said, I bought a car. Sham said that he had bought a car. Simple past becomes past perfect. Bought, had bought. Sheila said, I don't like Hindi movies. Sheila said that she did not like Hindi movies. The chairman said, we have decided to postpone the meeting. The chairman told that they had decided to postpone the meeting. He said, I go for a walk in the morning. He said that he went for a walk in the morning. My teacher always tells me you are lazy. The indirect speech will be, my teacher always tells me that I am lazy. Since in the reported speech the verb is in the present tense, you need not make it into a past tense. My teacher said the earth is a planet. My teacher said that the earth is a planet. We don't say the earth was a planet because it is a universal truth. I said that when you use simple past, it has to be converted into past perfect, but quite often in conversation that is not being followed. Now we take up interrogatives. In the case of interrogatives, which are yes or no question, the conjunction will be either if or whether. He said, has he gone? He said whether he had gone. Here you have to be careful. The interrogative has to be changed into a statement format. You should not say, he said, if had he gone. Wrong usage. Here we will see some more interrogatives and will convert it into indirect speech by using if or whether. She said, did you hear the news? She asked me whether I heard the news. The clerk said, do you want a first-class ticket? The clerk asked whether I wanted a first-class ticket. My wife said, if you miss the train, will you fly? My wife asked whether I would fly if I missed the train. If the questions are of WH nature, then you begin the reported part of the speech with a WH question. We don't use if or whether or that. There will be no conjunction. Begin the reported part with WH. He said, where are you going? He asked where I was going. He asked me, why are you late? He asked me why I was late. He asked Ram, where were you last evening? He asked Ram where he was last evening. If it is an imperative, you have to begin with an infinitive verb. My teacher said, don't do it. My teacher asked me not to do it. My father said, come here. My father asked me to come there. The boy said, please punish these boys. The boy asked to punish those boys. Or, the boy appealed to punish those boys. Or, the boy pleaded to punish those boys. Change these sentences from direct to indirect. The teacher said, can you come tomorrow to my house? The sentence is an interrogative. It is a yes or no question. So the conjunction must be if or whether. Don't you agree with me? Since it is an interrogative, replace said with asked. My teacher asked whether I could come the next day to her house. Tomorrow becomes the next day in indirect speech. Ram told Krishna, I saw you in the theatre yesterday. It is a statement. The conjunction has to be that. Ram told Krishna that he had seen him in the theatre the previous day. He said, this is my book. It is a statement. The conjunction must be that. He said that that was his book. Bring me the newspaper, my father said. Since the sentence is an interrogative, me being the reported part with infinitive. My father asked me to bring him the newspaper. Whose bag is this? The teacher asked. The teacher asked whose bag this was. Who are the speakers? The man asked. The man asked who the speakers were. The man wanted to know who the speakers were. Thank you, she said to the boy. She thanked the boy. Did she complete her BA? My friend asked. My friend asked whether she had completed her BA.